morning, everyone. Today I am going to start up with Microeconomics Part A, Chapter 2, Theory of Consumer Behavior. First, let me tell you what is the meaning of a consumer. Consumer, a person one who buys the commodities, various goods and services for consumption. He is called as a consumer. Behavior, the way the consumer act, the way they behave. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the individual consumer behavior. Why we are going to discuss about the individual consumer? Because microeconomic studies individual unit of an economy. It studies about individual consumer, individual producer, individual industry, individual market and so on. So here also we are going to discuss about individual consumer behavior. The consumer has to decide how to spend our income on different goods. Economists call this the problem of choice. Here, how the consumer will choose the various combination of goods that gives him a maximum satisfaction. What will be the best combination? That depends upon the two important things. One is likes, the another one is afford to buy. So here likes means desire or want, what I wanted. When I go to market, I don't buy whatever I see, but what the good I like, I'm going to buy only that particular commodity. So in economics, we use the term for that preferences. For likes, we call it as a preferences. The next important things which tells what is the consumer can afford to buy, that depends upon the price of the commodity and the income of a consumer. So the consumer will buy the goods that depends purely on price and income. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the two important approaches which describes the consumer behavior. Number one, it is called as cardinal utility approach, and number two, ordinal utility approach. So these two theories which will be explained under the cardinal utility approach will be explained as law of diminishing marginal utility, and number two, the ordinal utility approach is studied under the indifference curve analysis. These two will be the important theories under the approaches which explain the consumer behavior. In order to understand these two approaches, we need to know the basic concept called utility. So what is utility? Utility means wants, satisfaction, power of a commodity or services. So any goods which we consume, it gives us a satisfaction power. For example, when I'm feeling hunger, I wanted to have a meal or food. So when I consume food, it gives me a satisfaction power. So it is giving us any commodity. So whatever the commodity and the services which gives satisfaction power, in economics we use the term utility. So in order to understand more about this utility, we need to know the features of utility. Let us discuss one by one in detail. Number one, utility is subjective. Utility is subjective. Subjective means it is psychological. It depends on the mental attitude. And here, utility be measured cannot be measured objectively. So what does it mean? Objectively means the utility cannot be measured in terms of numerical numbers. So utility is subjective. Only we can feel it. Only we can feel and it is a mental attitude. Utility is a subjective. It gives us a satisfaction. Satisfaction cannot be seen. Satisfaction cannot be felt. It only felt through our mental attitude. So utility is subjective. Let us move on towards the second feature, that is utility is different from satisfaction. So utility and satisfaction are not one and the same. Utility word, it is a expected satisfaction. It is a expected satisfaction. And what does the satisfaction refers to? Satisfaction refers to realized satisfaction. For example, when I see a dragon fruit I never tasted before, but when I see the fruit I can expect the taste may be good and it is very good for health. That is my expectation towards the dragon fruit. That is called as utility. But satisfaction is, after eating the dragon fruit, what is the taste of it? I realized it. That is a realized satisfaction. That is the difference between utility and satisfaction. So utility is different and satisfaction is different, because utility is expected, satisfaction is realized. Let us discuss the third feature of utility. Utility is different from usefulness. Utility is different from usefulness. How it is different from usefulness? For example, utility possesses satisfaction. Every good have a power to satisfy a want, but whether all the goods are useful? No, it is not useful. For example, smoker and drunkards. So the smoker smoke cigarette and drunkards drink alcohol. This cigarette and alcohol both are goods which gives utility. It is a good which gives utility for a consumer, one who consume it. Whether it is a useful good? No, it is not useful. So utility is different from usefulness. Number 4, utility has no morality. Well, already I told you it is different from usefulness. Utility gives us a satisfaction. This tells only about the satisfaction of a goods, but it doesn't say anything about the morality, whether the good is right good or whether it is a wrong good, whether the good has a morality or whether it is a immoral. It doesn't speak anything about the morality, or it doesn't speak whether the good is a right good or a wrong good. So it has no morality. Number 5, utility is individual and relative. So utility is individual and relative. Every individual have a different taste, different likes, different preferences. So the utility changes from person to person. It changes from time to time. It changes from place to place. So it is individual and relative. For example, when ice cream, so loved by everyone, whether it is consumed during the winter? No, it is consumed during the summer. So it is different from person to person, time to time, place to place. So some people may like ice cream, some other people may not like ice cream. So it is different from person to person, from time to time, from place to place. So we call it as utility is individual and relative. The next concept which tells utility and pleasure. So utility and pleasure. Utility which possesses satisfaction. It gives a satisfaction, but whether it gives all the goods, whether it is give a pleasure, the answer is no. Utility is different from pleasure. It is not necessary that a commodity possessing utility also gives pleasure whenever it is consumed. For example, injection. So when a person falls sick, the doctor will be given the injection to the sick people, and the injection gives the satisfaction to the sick person, but whether it gives a pleasure, no, it gives a pain. So utility as doesn't have a relative with the pleasure. Whether all the goods will give a pleasure, no, it doesn't give a pleasure. So let us recall again, utility, it is a want, satisfaction, power of a commodity or a services, and it has a several features. And now let us move towards the other topic. Now earlier the utility concept has been explained. Now we will move towards cardinal utility analysis. This cardinal utility analysis have been introduced and popularized by a Professor Alfred Marshall, and what they are explaining about the cardinal utility analysis will be seen one by one. Now first let us understand what is cardinal utility analysis. When the utility is measured, what is utility? Want, satisfaction, power of a commodity. So the utility is measured in terms of numbers, is called as cardinal utility analysis. For example, how it is measured in terms of numbers? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So when the utility is measured in terms of numbers, we call it as a cardinal utility analysis. So how? For example, now I have two types of commodities. How it is, the two types of commodity, how it is giving me a satisfaction. For example, I have two fruit here. One is mango, the another one is banana. So when I consume mango, mango is giving me a 20 units of satisfaction. When I consume banana, banana gives me a 10 units of satisfaction. Now how I measured my satisfaction? I measured my satisfaction in terms of numbers. That concept we call it as a cardinal utility analysis. Now in order to understand more, we have to study about the measures of utility. Measures of utility. In the measures of utility, we have two types of measure. One is total utility, the another one is marginal utility. First let us understand what is total utility. Total utility means it is a aggregate utility. Aggregate means total. Aggregate means total, sum of. So it is aggregate utility derived by the consumer by consuming all the units. For example, I have 4 Cadbury's. That 4 Cadbury's is called as aggregate utility. When I consume all the 4 Cadbury's, by consuming all that, what is the satisfaction obtained by me? It is called as a total utility. For example, when I consume the 4 Cadbury's, that 4 Cadbury's gives me 40 units of satisfaction. That is a total utility. The next one is marginal utility. Marginal utility means it is an additional utility derived by the consumer by consuming additional unit. Now total utility, how much I said? I said 4 Cadbury's I've consumed. So when I consumed the 4 Cadbury's, I got the 40 units of satisfaction. When I consume the additional unit, that is 5th Cadbury's, what is the satisfaction I'll derive? For example, 50 units of satisfaction. That additional satisfaction derived by a consumer is called as a marginal utility. Marginal means additional. Additional, how we'll get the additional satisfaction, additional utility? By consuming the additional unit of a Cadbury's, we will get a additional satisfaction or marginal utility. Number 2, it represents utility of all the units consumed. I said 4 Cadbury's together, it represents all the 4 consumed together, and here it represents the utility of a single unit. So all the 4 units consumed is called as a marginal utility, and by adding one more unit that represents the single unit, so marginal utility will be representing only the single unit of a commodity. Next, it may be symbolically written as total utility, symbolically written as TUN equals U1 plus U2 plus U3 plus U4 and so on, UNth commodity. That means, for example, I have a chocolate of 1 plus 1 plus 1. Totally how many number of Cadburys I have? 4 Cadburys I have. That is the total utility. By adding all this, when we sum up that, we will get the 4. So we call it as a TUN. And marginal utility, how it is written as MUN equals TUN minus TUN minus 1. So marginal utility, nth unit equals TUN minus 1. That means when the 4th commodity, when the 4 Cadburys gave me a satisfaction of 40 units of satisfaction, and when I added one more Cadbury's, how much satisfaction I got it? I got it 50 units of satisfaction or 48 units of satisfaction. So that previous one should be preceding value should be minus. So for example, 4 bananas consumed, a consumer got 30 units of satisfaction, and when the 5th banana consumed, they get the satisfaction of 30 units. That 5th banana satisfaction how much? 30, and the 4th banana satisfaction is 28. So 30 minus 28 will get 2. That is the marginal utility, additional satisfaction derived. So it may be written as MUN equals TUN minus 1. Next, it increases in the beginning. So here the total utility will be increasing in the beginning and later decreases as the consumer consumes more and more units. I'll explain that with the help of a diagram. The next one is marginal utility. It decreases from the beginning and becomes negative later. This can be shown in the diagram. Let us move towards a small schedule which explains the total utility and the marginal utility. So the number of units consumed here, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the total utility, when a consumer consumes the first unit of a commodity, he'll get the satisfaction of total utility of 12 units, and when he consumes the second unit, he'll get the satisfaction of 18 units. When he consumes the third unit, he'll get the satisfaction of 22, so and so on. When he consumes the 5th and 6th, the 6th commodity gives him a satisfaction of 22. So I wanted to compare here with this concept. In it, the total utility increases in the beginning. So in the beginning, what is happening? It is increasing. In the beginning, what is happening? Till 24, the total utility is increases, and as the consumer consumes more and more units, what happens? It decreases. So in the beginning it increases and later it decreases as the consumer consumes more and more unit. So here we can see in the beginning, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Till 4, the total utility is increasing, beginning in the increases. Later on, what is happening? It is decreases. That is about the total utility. And the next is marginal utility. What happens to the marginal utility? It decreases from the beginning. So from the beginning, when a consumer consumes the first unit, he'll get the satisfaction of 12. When he consumes the second unit, he'll get the satisfaction of 6. See here, and so on. When he consumes more and more of it, it becomes lesser and lesser. Finally, what happens? It reaches to the level of negative. So later it becomes negative. Already in the classes I've explained about the marginal product, total product and the average product. In that we know how to calculate the total product and the marginal product. In the same way, the similar way of doing the problem here, the marginal utility, how to make this? The preceding value of TU should be minus, subtracted here. So for example, the 12, first value is written as it is. 18 minus 12 is 6. 22 minus 18 is 4, and so on. 24 minus 22 is 2. 24 minus 24, 0. 22 minus 24, minus 2. And how to get the total utility? The first value will be the 12. 12 plus 6 will be 18. 18 plus 2 will be 22. 22 plus 0 is 22 plus 2 is 24. 24 plus 0 is 24. 24 minus 2 is 22. This is how to calculate. So the same way, with the help of the example, that is through the diagram, the same values have been depicted in the form of a diagram. So I did not measure according to the variables. I did not done this. It is a free hand curve. So as we know that OY axis represents the utility and OX axis represents the quantity of a commodity, and this is the TU curve and this is the MU curve. So as we studied before, the difference between the total utility and the marginal utility, it says that it increases, the total utility increases in the beginning and later decreases as the consumer consumes more and more of it. And the next one, the marginal utility, it decreases from the beginning, so it goes on decreasing and reaches 0. So as we consume more and more, it becomes 0, and finally it reaches the negative. So this is what explained with the help of values which is given. So this is the topic of the introduction of the second chapter, the theory of consumer behavior. In that we have come across how the consumer is behaving towards the various goods and services. So in order to understand the theories, we have two important approaches. One is cardinal utility analysis and ordinal utility analysis. So in that we discuss about the utility concept and the features of utility. In that, the first approach is cardinal utility analysis. So cardinal utility analysis, which explains the utility is measured in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and etc. So next we discuss about the total utility and the marginal utility, the differences, and with the help of the schedule and the diagrams. Dear students, if you have any kind of clarifications or doubts, you can contact to my personal number through a call or a message. Thank you for watching.